How do you start a regular video? Here is 10 facts about money. Oh, it's not even 10. I think it's 6. 6 facts about money. 6 fun facts about money. Do you know what happened when we taught monkeys the concept of money? Monkey prostitution. Yale researchers conducted a study where they taught cappuccino monkeys the concept of money. They grasped the concept quite fast. They even understood it when food got a different price and they would save up money. But quite soon they started misbehaving and they started doing some interesting things. They tried to rob the researchers from their coins, which I guess makes sense. If you understand that something is valuable, then you want to obtain it, especially if you're a monkey and there's no social construct. They also tried to scam researchers for their food by trying to pay for the food, but then quickly grabbing a coin away from their hand and then paying less for the coin. Obviously researchers, they saw what happened and they didn't get scammed by monkeys, so big ups to the researchers. There was also an incident where one monkey was seen, let's say, intermingling with another monkey, and after some funny monkey business, one monkey paid a coin. Then the female monkey took the coin, ran to the researchers and bought a grape with it. This would qualify as monkey prostitution. And I guess it also gives some weight to the fact that it's supposedly the oldest profession that we have. Also a bit shocking. And they also took all kind of measures to make sure that it didn't happen again, because they didn't want to fund a monkey prostitution chain, I guess. But it happened. We had our first monkey prostitute for the price of one grape. There's actually another possible animal prostitute, which is the penguin, but scientists aren't sure if the female penguin that's bending over to pick up the pebble is actually a sign of presenting themselves for the pebble, which would be prostitution, or it's just a misinterpreted sign by the male penguin, and then it's not prostitution, it's rape. It's penguin rape. So on that note, yeah. Now you can't really talk about money without talking about Mansa Musa, the richest man to have ever lived. He had an estimated 400 billion. That is 2 times Jeff Bezos. That is a lot of money, and given the fact he lived in... And given the fact he lived in the 13th century, that's pretty amazing. That's impressive, to say the least. You think Jeff Bezos is rich? Mansa Musa is rich. He was in fact so rich that economists have agreed that there's actually no way to describe how rich he was. And believe me, you have to be rich for professional money people to not be able to tell how much money you have. He was in fact so rich, he had half the world's supply of salt, which was very valuable at the time, and half the world's supply of gold. He was so rich that his pilgrimage through Cairo, Medina and Mecca caused hyperinflation in their economy, which took more than a dozen years to recover from. In fact, he had to even borrow back some of the gold that he had just gave away in order to help the economy get back to its footing. You have to be pretty fucking rich for your casual spending to flatline the economy of multiple countries. And it's not like this man just spent all of his money on monkey hookers or something. He left an amazing legacy. I won't get into it right now, maybe that's for another video. But he did a lot for the world, and I think the only reason that he's not really that well known is because his legacy lost a lot of wars, and then you tend to be a bit forgotten. But he shouldn't be forgotten. Mansa Musa, the guy who was worth twice Jeff Bezos. How do you pronounce Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos?
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 0 rupee note. The 0 rupee note, it's extremely similar to the 50 rupee note. It has the same pretty beautiful face of Gandhi displayed on the right, but the texts are a little different. The 50 rupee note says, guaranteed by the central government, and I promise to pay the bearer 50 rupees. And the 0 rupee note reads, eliminate corruption on all levels, and I promise to neither accept nor give bribe. And this gets to the core of what the goal of the 0 rupee note is. This is a banknote against briberies. This is actually done by a non-profit organization called Fifth Pillar, which goal it is to fight against briberies in the government using the 0 rupee note. But Wesley, how? The idea is that when somebody tries to bribe you, you comply and you give them a 50 rupee note. But instead, dun dun dun, it's the 0 rupee note. And then they're, I don't know, scared straight, immediate, I don't know. It's a bit as if, let's say, Trump tries to bribe you and you go like, no, here's a $0 bill. And then he's like, oh no. It sounds a bit silly, but it actually seems to be working quite well. There's a whole page of success stories how this stopped briberies. And there's even something that I can only describe as positive brainwashing against briberies.
I promise to neither accept nor give bribe.
It's a good thing, but they're going about it a bit weird, but whatever. If it gets rid of corruption, I'm saying it's for the greater good. The only thing that I'm a bit confused about is, I mean, surely a politician could be like, hey Dinesh, I need some rupees to do this thing for you. What the fuck is this? I need some real money, Dinesh. Nevertheless, amazing, because I don't think the government is fighting back against this 0 rupee note, so they semi-officially have a banknote which is absolutely useless and somewhat accepted. It's a unique story for sure. Now you might not have actually noticed, but most coins have tiny little ridges on the edge of them. But why? The current answer... The current answer is tradition, but are you kidding me? At the moment it's more out of tradition, but there used to be an answer for quite an interesting problem called coin shaving. Coin shaving is the process of shaving your beard with a coin. No, I'm just kidding. This doesn't make sense at all. Old coins used to be made out of gold and silver, and they used to be completely round, and this allowed people to shave tiny little edges off of their coin and then collect the materials they shaved off and then use the coin with its original value. And if you would do this for a few, let's say, days, weeks, months, whatever, you would have all these tiny little pieces of silver and gold, and you could smelt those to be another coin again. So you would be generating money for free, basically. And obviously, governments weren't too happy about this little trick. So here we have an example of a very old Roman coin, and you can see its original intended design. And then you can also see the same coin, but then this has been coin shaved. Is that even a word? Coin shaved multiple times, and it's barely recognizable anymore. So at what point do you draw the line? Where do you stop accepting the coin? It was a very tricky problem for a very long time. Enter a little unknown man called Isaac Newton.
Oh yeah!
Who just used to happen to be the Master of Royal Mint for England, which is a very fancy name for Master of Coin. And you probably already know that Isaac Newton was a pretty smart guy, and he came up with this solution of putting these little edges on the side of a coin in order to prevent coin shaving. Because if somebody would shave a coin that has these ridges on them, you could see that it had been tampered with, and then you can start to not accept the coin, I guess. This used to be back then. This was when coins were made out of gold and silver, and the value of shaving off little bits, tiny bits and pieces would actually gain you some profit. This isn't the case anymore because most coins aren't made out of valuable materials anymore. So it used to be an answer for a problem we used to have, but because coins aren't made out of gold and silver anymore, we don't have this problem anymore. So why are we still doing it? It's because replacing the coin machine costs money, and it's working fine the way it is right now. Plus, visually impaired people can actually feel the ridges on the coin and then tell what coin it is, so for them it's actually still a benefit. This probably won't be life-altering information, but I guess it's just one of those things that we take for granted when we see a coin and just accept that it has ridges on them, while it's actually a pretty cool story behind it. Isaac Newton, guys. I know we have all at least fantasized about being able to print our own money. And Just in case you're wondering what would happen if you actually try to do so, you won't get very far. Every printer actually has a protection against printing or copying money. Well, actually they have a built-in protection against printing these 5 dots, but because these dots are always present on money, the result is the same. You can't print or copy money. Personally, I don't think using regular paper to forge money is going to be very successful, but I guess it can't do any harm, and it's good to just prevent people from even trying to do so. The way that your printer will distort an image is different based on your printer, so I guess you can just go for it. Let me know how it looks like. You can't even actually paste a dollar bill in Photoshop, it won't even let you. But if you actually want to print money, all you have to do is... I'm kidding, I don't think it's legal to promote that here. But the point stands, you can't copy or print money at all. Like every printer has a built-in protection. So that's it for this video. Let me know if you liked it. Leave a comment, subscribe, let me know if you have a fun fact of your own. Any type of feedback would be truly appreciated. I'm gonna make a few videos and then see how you guys react on it, and then decide if I'm gonna continue doing this. So if you're watching this and you liked it, please let me know. It will truly motivate me to make more videos. And that's it, I guess. Yeah, it's getting dark already, so ciao!